Well, hello all you friends out there who love miniatures. I'm Doc Eon. It's a Monday, and I'm here to ramble. And so I'm welcoming you to Monday the 16th of December, 2024. And we're well on the way with the Christmas minis. And we've finished the Santa Goblin, the Krampus, and the Cat Dragon with the cookies. And they turned out fine. I'd like just to compare quickly the previous Krampus I painted. This is the same model, but in metal. And so it's not actually... I thought the old one was a bit dark. Turns out it's not really that. It's just that it's not contrasty enough. It's that I painted the fur and the skin basically the same color. And then the horns are kind of matte, and they sort of mix in with everything. And I went with more distinct colors this second time, and I used the instruction manual kind of thing that came with to give you some ideas. Now, one disadvantage of the new one is that the bones in this bones model I haven't cleaned up all the mold lines. You can still see a little bit on the back side of the horns there. Most people won't notice. Another interesting thing is I tried the NMM technique for the hoops on the barrel. I don't know if this actually looks like metal. I don't think so. It's not really. It's too simple. But anyway, these guys turned out pretty nice. It's not all I've done. I just can't fit everything I finished this week in the Lightbox at the same time. So we're going to have to go to a second clip to see some more stuff. So the second model I finished, the second part of showing off all the models I finished, the fourth model I finished, is this Frost Giant Skeleton from Gale Force 9, which is in their D&D range of miniatures, in this case intended for use in Icewind Dale, in the Rime of the Frost Maiden campaign. And not much to say here, really. It's just using my regular techniques, but on a larger scale. One interesting thing is this model and the next one together used up most of what I had left of this snowflock. Also, it was kind of... that had an adverse reaction to the Radalcan gloss varnish I used. It turned yellow, and I had to... this is actually repainted. I've added some very thinned out white paint on top of the snow, which maybe is also good because it binds it down better to the base. It seals it in a lot, even more. But, you know, there was a process. And, well, one consideration here was different colors of bone. So the actual skeleton here is a kind of red-brown version. It's like a warm bone color, and then for the horns and the skulls he uses as shoulder pads, I went with a cold, like a much blacker, more blackened bone color. And also the rings in his beard are supposed to be this other bone color, the blackened bone color. For some reason I decided not to go with metal there. So I'm not sure if it shows up against the blue-white of the beard, but oh well. So that's the giant. My final piece for this week, the fifth one, is this Chardalyn Dragon, which is supposed to look like a sort of black metallic or black stone, I think. A thing with fire inside it, like peeking through in the gaps. And as you can see, even more snow effects on this base. Used up a lot of it. And the same thing with the giant. I managed to accidentally miscolor the snow, so I had to like repaint it. So, well, you fix these things as they occur. And I think it turned out pretty nice. It's not a complicated effect, but I think it's effective. And yeah, so several long-running projects finished this week. let's move on and see what we have left on the work table. So what do we have left to work on? Well, we've got old Saint Nick here, who's been started for a little bit. And we have the new Mrs. Claus. Now, this is a mini diorama with her two dogs, a bag of presents that she's pulling a sword out of, and she's on a base. Now, the metal base that she came with is kind of oval, and you see I've glued this onto a 30 millimeter plastic base. It's sticking out a little bit at the front and the back, but I don't worry about that. And I've added some basing grit to it. And the reason I made a larger base was mostly because I wanted to raise it up a little bit. When you have a diorama like that, I don't want it sitting just flat on the table. I need a taller base, and I didn't feel the metal base was tall enough. It's not adding that much width to it, but it's equalizing it a little bit. Anyway, this guy is hard to have these both in shot at the same time. I'll have to angle the camera like this. So is this going to be enough to work on for a whole week? Well, yeah, because the upcoming week is my final week of work before Christmas holidays. My holiday starts on Friday, but I have a ton of stuff to do. I'm going to be very, very busy, not a lot of time to paint. So if I can get these two done by next Monday, I'll actually be happy if I get all of these two done. Might not even get that far. So it's going to be enough. And yeah, that's all the work in progress. Now, you've seen these guys before. These are the Wolfmen or Werewolf Warriors from Mirror's Miniatures. I'm not really sure what they are, how they fit into the mythology of their Darklands setting, but they're cool looking. That's all I care about. And so I think I've stated before that in general these days I want to, whenever I buy new minis, try to get them into production and painted as soon as possible, not just add them to the pile. And I got these a few weeks ago, and I said I would wait until the Christmas season was over, but by the time I get started painting these, by the time I finish painting these, Christmas will definitely be over. We'll be almost probably into New Year's. And so, yeah, maybe I can continue the winter theme and give them snow bases or something, just to make it sort of relevant to the time of year. But yeah, I'm gonna get started. There's a lot of most of these are multi-piece resin kits, so cleaning them up and assembling them might take a little while, so we'll see if I get done by next week. Hopefully they will be fully prepped. We'll see. And yeah, that's what my new project is going to be. Oh, I need to straighten this sword as well. Let's see how that goes. Anyway, that was it for this week. If you'd like to give me a thumbs up, that would be appreciated. Like, share, and subscribe. But above all, be back here next week, same day of the week, same channel, same Dakion. But for now, I'm signing off.